We have seen in the last video how to compare the profitability of different investment decisions based on the present value, as the sum of the future cash flows discounted to the present at a predefined discount rate or rate of return. Now, if you have two investment options, whereas the future estimated cash flows are pretty fluctuating, which one would you pick? Well, there is a method to compare them independently of the discount rate, namely by setting the present value to 0. In other words, we are looking for the rate of return in the case the sum of the future cash flows are equal to the initial investment. This rate of return is called internal rate of return, aka IRR. Let's apply that to a real example. We have those two options with the following future cash flows and net present value. And now let's set them to 0 and replace the rate of return by IRR. You may have noticed that it is quite difficult to solve those equations manually. That's why either you put this equation in Excel with the IRR as a variable and guess some numbers until you hit the 0 value of net present value, or just go to Formulas, Insert, Function, and type IRR, and it will appear in your language. For example, in German it is IRR nterne-Kapitalverzinsungs, and the IRR will appear. Well, how to know which investment is the best? Since the projected cash flows are divided by the IRR to have net present value equal to 0, that means the greater the cash flows are, the higher should be the IRR to make the result net present value to 0. And if both are targeting the same goal, which is 0, the investment deducting the higher IRR will yield probably higher revenues. You can consider the rate of return as an average annual rate of return over years, or the compound annual growth rate of an investment. And this can help innovators in the early stage of inventions where the investments are really high and needed to look for other technologies who are successful on the market and serving the same need and calculating their IRR, because it can show the investors who are frightened by the first investment that the annual rate of return over years is really healthy and they're gonna get their money sooner or later. And that's why don't hesitate to use this financial, powerful and very easy tool to communicate with investors or money givers, because if you talk only tech features, you cannot talk invention. And when you speak about technology and profit, you're speaking innovation. I hope you've got value from this video. I wish you well. This is Walid. Until the next time. Ciao.